Why are chiropractors and physical therapists always talking about posture? Well, I'm just going to give you a few facts today about why posture is so important. And the biggest fact is actually poor posture will shorten your lifespan. See, the American Journal of Pain Management reported bad posture can lead to spinal pain, headaches, bad mood, high blood pressure, abnormal pulse, reduced lung capacity, which means you're not expanding your lungs properly to get enough oxygen. The Department of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation at USC reported that forward head posture, that's when your head sits forward like this. Forward head posture adds up to 30 pounds of pressure to your spine and reduces lung capacity by as much as 30%. And it can lead to heart and vascular disease. And then there was the book, Physiology of the Joints. Volume 3 said for every inch that your head's forward, so imagine the head comes forward 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inches, which is the average, is 3 inches. For every inch, there's 10 pounds increased weight of the head on the neck. The typical forward head posture is 3 inches, which adds 30 pounds, which means the typical head that weighs 12 pounds now puts a force of 42 pounds on your neck and spine. The British Regional Health Study reported that men who lost 3 centimeters or about an inch in height, when you lose height, it's like this. Bad posture will do it. When they lose about an inch in height, they were 64% more likely to suffer a fatal heart attack. 64% more likely to die from a heart attack. Over the 20-year period of this study, the men lost an average of 1.67 centimeters, like half an inch, which was associated with a 42% increased risk of heart attacks. And this was true even in the men who didn't have any family history or health history of cardiovascular disease. And then there was the Journal of the American Geriatric Society. A group of scientists led by Dr. Deborah Cotto wanted to see if there was a correlation between posture and a person's health overall. They discovered that people with an increased curve in their upper back were 2 times more likely to die from pulmonary causes, lung-related diseases. So they were 2.4 times more likely to die from cardiovascular diseases compared to those without bad posture. Another study, this was done by the American Cancer Society. They said that the amount of time you spend sitting can affect the risk of mortality. 127,000 people were followed over a 21-year period of time, and prolonged periods of sitting negatively influenced key metabolic factors like their triglycerides, cholesterol, and biomarkers of obesity and chronic diseases. So imagine sitting posture actually increases your cholesterol levels. And after a 5-year follow-up, researchers found that sedentary people had an 82% higher risk of losing their battle with cancer. So if they had cancer, they led a sedentary life, sitting posture most of the time, 82% more likely that they would die from that cancer, which means those who were active and had better posture actually had an 82% better chance of surviving that cancer. Another study, the Association of Sedentary Behavior with Cancer Mortality in Middle-Aged and Older U.S. Adults. This was the Journal of American Medical Association Oncology. They looked at 8,002 adults. Sedentary lifestyle was associated with a higher risk of cancer mortality, and replacing that reduced the risk, meaning physical activity will actually help reduce the risk of dying from cancer. Now, remember this, people with bad posture also have bad balance. And they did a long-term study between 2000 and 2016, and they looked at adults that were 75 years or older, and they found that there's a high risk of fatal falls, meaning dying from just falling. More and more older Americans are losing their lives after falling, and it's because they either get a hip fracture or they get head trauma. Fatal falls have tripled in older Americans, rising to more than 25,000 deaths per year. How important is posture and balance? That's why we say you got to improve these things. Poor posture can reduce chest expansion, which results in less oxygen going into the body. Reduced oxygen increases inflammation in the body and increases fluid retention. Inflammation destabilizes the cholesterol deposits in the blood vessels in the coronary arteries, can lead to heart attacks and strokes. Inflammation affects nerve cells in the brain, leading to dementia and Alzheimer's. I mean, do I need to say more? Chronic inflammation may be the engine that drives many of the feared diseases, illnesses that we worry about, things like diabetes and heart disease. So listen, posture is so powerfully important. The author of the book, Anatomy Trains, this is a very popular book among practitioners who work on the body, chiropractors as well as physical therapists. The author of this book said movement becomes habit, which becomes your posture, which becomes structure. So powerful. How you move affects your posture affects your structure, and literally to live a long, active, energetic life, there are only a few things that matter more than posture. If you're concerned about your posture, watch the long video we did. We did a long talk on how to improve your posture. There's a handout with a list of exercises that goes with it. Watch the video, download the outline, and start doing these exercises. It'll take you just a few minutes a day, every day, and you'll not only improve your posture and you'll look better, you'll feel better, you'll reduce chance of heart disease by like 80%, and you'll have better balance, which means as you get older, you're not gonna fall. I hope that's helpful. Take care.